Kleavor is the Hisuian evolution to the Scyther line, and continues to be the trend of the same base stats as all three Pokemon in this evolutionary species. Unlike Scyther and Scyther though, it is more offensive with the faster speed. It is supposed to be more of this hyper-offensive-ish Pokemon more than anything. It has gotten 3 good abilities, but its hidden ability of sharpness is what stands out the most. But that's not all. Kleavor gets a new signature move, that of Stone Axe. Stone Axe on the surface seems pretty good, dealing 65 base damage and 95% accuracy with its perk of setting stealth rocks. However, with the ability of sharpness, this has turned into a lethal nightmare for people to deal with. Well, maybe not a nightmare, but it has become a busted move nonetheless. Stone Axe's power now is multiplied by 1.5 with the ability sharpness, so it now deals to close 98 damage, and with 95% accuracy with the ability to set up free stealth rocks, that is just absurd. This literally means that even if you get off a rapid spin with a Great Tusk or a Defog with Corviknight, it all honestly doesn't matter even more now because of how freely it can be set back up again. Sure, a Corviknight can switch it into a Stone Axe to predict these rocks, but with that damage, I don't know how much it really wants to switch in, especially since it won't take 2 kindly to a Stone Axe. With that monstrous 130 attack similar to Scyther, it can now also dish out crazy amounts of damage to any Pokemon, well perhaps except to Garganacl. Additionally to the current OU metagame, it can hit a lot of Pokemon for super effective damage or neutral damage, and already given, like I've said before with that sharpness ability, that damage can be really good. It also gets other slicing moves such as Night Slash, Slash, X-Scissor, and more that will take advantage of the ability sharpness and be boosted in damage as well. Kleavor also gets other unique moves such as Close Combat for more absurd damage or Brick Break to take off screens as well. Tailwind is also another viable option to help your side of the Pokemon to outspeed the opponents for 4 turns, unlike its other good move of Agility where it only lasts for this Pokemon. Because of its pretty good offensive stats evident with that high attack and speed stats, this Pokemon will serve as well as a good early game sweeperish Pokemon with Kingambit or something else in the back to help clean up late game. It can really serve well as a great lead Pokemon or a mid game Pokemon as well. A Choice Scarf can allow for Kleavor to be a bit of a pivot Pokemon with U-turn on its kit while dealing extraordinarily high amounts of damage already with its sharpness ability while outspeeding almost the entire metagame. Trailblaze also isn't a bad option in case you want to get more speed up onto your opponent without sacrificing an item such as Choice Scarf or trying to rely on a substitute as well. Choice Band speaks for itself, and a life form can allow for more gameplay options with the ability to change up the moves while dealing more damage in exchange for some health. The Hard Rock item can also allow for its Stone Axe to deal more damage, and it becomes even more of a problem. Kleavor will be an excellent Pokemon, I think, alongside Orthworm, and let me explain. Kleavor already has a high attack stat, but with him building speed, Orthworm can set up Shed Tail and can safely switch in Kleavor underneath the substitute. This can allow Kleavor to now go for an agility and double its mediocre speed of 85. And if your opponent doesn't take out the sub, then you can maybe set up 2 agilities, outspeed the meta, and absolutely go ballistic with its sharpness ability and countless other moves. A +2 speed alongside a life form, 130 attack, and sharpness ability is very dominant set, which if not careful can be proved to a nightmare on the offensive side. Now, obviously, priority moves from Azumarill or Floatzel underneath Rain can prove to be a hard counter to this Pokemon. Furthermore, Dondozo can serve to be a good wall, and while Great Tusk won't appreciate that damage, it can dish back more damage back if it comes in safely and afterwards if it stays in for 1 turn. Goldago can also be good, and I've already made the mention of Garganacl as well. Terra Grass can help block most of those weaknesses in exchange for others that can be more doable with this mod. Additionally, most of the time, Kleavor is not going to be a Pokemon that will spend a lot of time staying in, well, depending on what set you're running and under the circumstances like having a substitute, but most of the time, you can get chip damage and switch out with the pivot move like U-turn. And even still, it can pair up with other excellent Pokemon as well, like Tinglu, Clodsire, Kingambit, and more to help wall and take off its other weaknesses it has. Kingambit can be a really excellent as well, and especially thrive off underneath that early game Havoc and then come in against those Stealth Rock mons and its Supreme Overlord ability and sweep up all the Pokemon late game. One thing Scyther does have over Kleavor though is his priority move of Bullet Punch, and while Kleavor does get Quick Attack, Bullet Punch underneath that Technician boost proves to be powerful, especially with the Choice Band and with the not having to worry about a Ghost type switching in, unlike Quick Attack since it is a normal type. I mean, you could SD to get a +2 and then maybe Quick Attack, but it's not the same as a Technician boosted Choice Band, Bullet Punch, and plus you still have to worry for those Ghost types like I mentioned before. Overall, Kleavor will be a dominant stay in the competitive scene with its natural ability to set up stealth rocks while doing damage and its innate nature to deal a ton of damage with its naturally good ability of sharpness, giving it a wide variety of sharpness moves to choose from. Check out these videos over here as well to see other Hisuian Pokemon that could dominate, and subscribe for more competitive content just like this. And yeah, I'm very sick right now, but hopefully it doesn't turn out this bad.